This is a beagle puppy. The word beagle means loudmouth in French. Beagles have got a very wide vocal range. That's why they're called loudmouths. They are even able to communicate their mood with other breeds of dogs by using different tones. The earliest beagles used to be so tiny they could fit inside a pocket. And they were still used as hunting dogs, but they used to have to be carried in the saddlebags whenever they went on a hunting trip. Beagles are called scent hounds, as their snouts have got 44 times more receptors than humans, and the part of a beagle's brain that is dedicated to making sense of smells is larger than in other species. Do you know that the beagle's long ears can help them to smell? With their noses so close to the ground, those long ears actually push their air, creating little micro air currents to the nose, which helps the dog to smell better. That's clever, isn't it? Tell me, do you know anyone that has a beagle puppy at their home? This dog looks like Schnitzel von Krumm with a very low tum. He's actually called a Dachshund. The Dachshund breed was created to hunt badgers because of their unique shape, their long bodies and little short legs. They were easily able to move in and out of badger sets. And a Dachshund means badger dog in German. Dachshunds are actually the smallest dog breed that are used for hunting. Their alertness helps them to be great watchdogs, and they are known to unleash a gale of barking whenever strangers approach. There are two different types of Dachshunds. You get a standard Dachshund and a miniature Dachshund. Both come with a variety of coat types. Do you know that Queen Victoria of England used to love Dachshunds the most? And in 1972, a Dachshund was the official mascot for the Olympic Games held in Munich. Pretty awesome, huh? These squash-faced little cuties are called pugs. Pugs probably got their name from a monkey. The marmoset monkeys used to be kept as pets in the early 18th century, and they used to be called pugs. The two animals both have similar facial features, which is why the name probably jumped from the monkey to the puppy. Pugs are an ancient breed, and many believe that they actually come from China, where they used to be kept by emperors as lapdogs, which means pugs used to be treated like royalty. The perfect pug tail has exactly 2 curls. And although they're very cute with their squashed up noses, sometimes pugs have a difficult time breathing because of their squashed snouts. And a little fact that I thought was very, very cute is that a group of pugs is called a grumble. From little squashed snouts to the long droopy ears of the Basset Hounds. Basset Hounds are considered one of the melodious dog breeds. They are especially vocal when they are left on their own, and a lonely Basset will howl very loudly to attract attention and encourage their owner to come home. Basset Hounds have got very short little legs, which help to keep their noses close to the ground to help follow the scents during a hunt. Basset Hounds have got the second best sense of smell after only the Bloodhound. Basset Hounds are actually from France and Belgium. And because they have such short stubby legs, Basset Hounds are not very good swimmers, and you always have to be very careful when there's an open swimming pool or a lake or a dam nearby that a Basset Hound doesn't fall in. Basset hounds have got very long ears, but they don't have a lot of blood circulating through their ears, which means their ears can get easily infected. So Basset hounds require extra help from their humans to keep them clean and healthy. This sweet-looking puppy is called an Australian Shepherd. But they are not even Australian. They actually come from Spain, where the Spanish took them to Australia and then to America. So the silly Americans called them Australian Shepherds. But actually they have got many different types of names. You could call them Spanish Shepherds or Pastor Dogs, Bobtails, Blue Heelers, New Mexican Shepherds, and even Californian Shepherds. Australian Shepherds often have 2 different color eyes. This is called heterochromia. They will often have a combination of brown, blue, hazel, amber, or green eyes. Isn't it beautiful? They are highly intelligent dogs, and they are often used as seeing eye dogs, hearing dogs, drug sniffing dogs, and even search and rescue dogs. An Australian Shepherd named Hyper Hank became a Frisbee champion in the 1970s. And do you know that 1 in 5 Australian Shepherds will be born with a naturally bobbed tail? That means a short tail. And the short tail is great for herding because it's a lot safer for a dog with a short tail to herd other animals. From the really big Australian Shepherd to the teeny tiny Yorkshire Terriers, otherwise known as a Yorkie. Yorkies were originally bred to be rat hunters because they are so small that they can enter small spaces like a rat. But their super fierce personalities help them to fearlessly take on their rodent prey. Yorkies used to be called broken-haired Scottish Terriers. Whew, what a mouthful. But a man named Angus Sutherland said that he thought that even though they came from Scotland, their breeding had been perfected in Yorkshire, and that was when they became known as Yorkshire Terriers. Now, back in World War II, a soldier named Bill Wayne found a Yorkie in a foxhole, and he named it Smokey. And Smokey spent a lot of time traveling to different hospitals where the soldiers would stroke and cuddle her, and then they started to get better and healthier and stronger. She was the first ever therapy dog. Yorkies make funny noises. They are prone to gag reflexes, otherwise known as a reverse sneeze, which leaves them sounding like a honking goose. Silly. And do you know that Yorkshire Terriers are the Rapunzel of dogs? Their hair does not shed, and if their humans do not groom them, their hair will continue to grow longer and longer and longer. So beautiful. These kinds of dogs are called Jack Russells. Do you know that a Jack Russell has got the most energy and stamina? Jack Russells need to be properly trained and regularly exercised because they have so much energy. Even though Jack Russells are quite small in size, they can jump 1.5 meters up into the air. Yowzers, trousers, that's high. Jack Russells are not allowed to enter dog shows because they are considered a working breed of dog. They were initially bred to be fox hunters, but now they are bred because of their intelligence and not for their appearance. Jack Russells are one of the only kinds of dogs that need sunscreen Because they have such light coats, if they go out in the sun too much, they can get sunburned. So some people need to apply a thick layer of sunscreen to help keep their skin healthy during the summertime. Now, the perfect dog to have around water is a Labrador. Labrador retrievers have got water-resistant double coats that keep them warm. Their short hair doesn't drag them down, and they even have webbed toes to help them to swim faster. Labradors are incredibly fast, and they can get up to 19 kilometers an hour in only 3 seconds. Wow! Labradors come in 3 different colors: black, yellow, and chocolate. And sometimes you can get all 3 colors from the same litter. Now, Labradors are the most commonly used breed for guide dogs, as they have a strong desire to please, they're the right size, and they are easily adaptable and easily trained. Labradors also have powerful noses, and some Labradors are even trained to sniff out and identify early stages of cancer. I think we can call these doctor dogs, don't you? Hey, check out this horse. No, silly Teacher Lauren, this isn't a horse. This is a Great Dane. Now, Great Danes are not actually from Denmark. They come from Germany. But they got the name Great Dane because a French naturalist met a Great Dane in Denmark for the very first time. Great Danes used to be used for hunting wild pigs because they're really strong and really brave, and they used to be really vicious. But modern breeding has bred out the fight in them, which is why now Great Danes are docile and very, very rarely aggressive. The tallest recorded dog in the world was a Great Dane named Zeus, who measured in at 111.8 centimeters tall. But they're not even the largest breed of dog. The wolfhounds are just a hair taller than them. Great Danes grow really, really quickly because when they're born, they weigh less than 1 kilogram. But within 1 year, they can reach up to 45 kilograms. And because they grow so quickly, Great Danes can often develop problems with their hips, stomachs, and hearts. So they need extra love and attention to look after them as they grow. From great big dogs to teeny tiny little ones, these are Chihuahuas. The Chihuahua originally comes from Mexico, and they used to be much bigger than they are now, but they were bred with a smaller hairless dog from Asia, and that's why they are now the pocket-sized bundles of joy we have today. Chihuahuas have got a soft spot on the head called a molera, which makes them quite vulnerable to being hit or poked on the top of their head, so we always need to be careful with the Chihuahua. Chihuahuas are super smart. Relative to their bodies, Chihuahuas have the biggest brain in the whole dog world. They are easy to train and quick-witted. But because they have teeny tiny little bladders, they're quite difficult to housebreak. Now, despite their small size, Chihuahuas are found to be some of the most aggressive breeds towards humans and dogs outside of their own breed. That's why a Chihuahua owner needs to make sure that they socialize them with people and other dogs as early as they can.